Welcome to the path to Buddhist wisdom. Today, we invite you on a transformative journey through compassion and well-being, a core practice in Buddhism that nourishes both the self and the universe. Imagine a serene space where your heart radiates love, extending from you to every living being, touching lives, and creating ripples of kindness across the cosmos. In this session, we'll explore guided meditation to cultivate compassion, uncover its profound benefits, and share inspiring stories of its impact on everyday life. This isn't just about calming the mind, it's about awakening the limitless potential within you to create joy, peace, and connection. Prepare to immerse yourself in a practice that goes beyond mindfulness. It's a path toward universal harmony. Let's begin. Part 1. Cultivating Self-Compassion.
In this session,
every great journey begins within. In Buddhism, the practice of compassion starts by turning inward, nurturing a sense of love and acceptance for ourselves. This is the foundation of all spiritual growth. You cannot truly offer kindness to the world if your own heart is burdened with self-criticism, doubt, or neglect. Self-compassion is not selfish, it is essential. Imagine yourself sitting quietly, your eyes gently closed. Take a deep breath, and feel the warmth of your heart. Picture it as a radiant lotus flower, slowly unfolding with every inhale. This light represents your inherent worth, your capacity to love, and your right to be happy. As the flower blooms, let the following affirmations settle into your mind. May I be free from physical suffering. May I be free from mental suffering.
It is essential.
May I be physically healthy. May I live happily. These words are more than just phrases. They are seeds of compassion planted deep within your consciousness. With time and repetition, these seeds will grow into a profound sense of self-worth and inner peace. Why start with self-compassion? In Buddhist teachings, self-compassion is seen as the first step toward universal compassion. The Buddha himself taught that a person who lacks self-love cannot extend genuine love to others. This is not about indulging in selfishness, but recognizing that you, like all beings, deserve happiness and freedom from suffering. It's a reminder that caring for yourself is a necessary part of caring for the world. A real-life story. Consider the story of a young woman named Mai, who struggled with feelings of inadequacy. Despite her outward success, she constantly felt she wasn't enough. When she discovered compassion meditation, she started practicing self-affirmations daily. She imagined her heart as a glowing sun, radiating warmth toward her fears and doubts. Over time, Mai noticed a shift. She felt lighter, more confident, and better equipped to handle life's challenges. Self-compassion had transformed her mindset. The science behind self-compassion. Modern psychology supports this ancient wisdom. Studies show that self-compassion reduces stress, increases resilience, and improves mental health. When we replace self-criticism with kindness, we create a safe space for growth and healing. This inner transformation radiates outward, improving our relationships and interactions with others. Practical steps to cultivate self-compassion. Daily affirmations. Begin your day by repeating positive statements, like the ones above, to yourself. Mindful breathing. Take moments throughout the day to pause, breathe deeply, and reconnect with your inner calm. Journaling. Write about moments when you felt proud, grateful, or at peace. This reinforces positive self-perception. Forgiveness practice. Acknowledge your mistakes without judgment. Treat yourself as you would a dear friend, with understanding and patience. As you practice self-compassion, you will notice a shift in your perspective. You'll begin to see yourself not as flawed or broken, but as a beautiful, evolving being, worthy of love and care. This is the first step in your journey toward universal compassion and well-being. Let us now expand this light of compassion outward, extending it to others. Part 2. Extending compassion to others. Once your heart is filled with self-compassion, it's time to extend that love outward. In Buddhism, this is the practice of metta bhavana. or loving kindness meditation. This step involves cultivating unconditional love for others, starting with those closest to us and gradually encompassing all living beings. It's a way of recognizing our interconnectedness and breaking down the walls of separation that often divide us. Visualizing compassion for others. Close your eyes again and imagine the warm, glowing light in your heart expanding outward. Picture it spreading to those you hold dear, your family, friends, or anyone you feel close to. Visualize this light wrapping around them, filling their hearts with peace and joy. Silently repeat these affirmations. May you be free from physical suffering. May you be free from mental suffering. May you be healthy and live happily. As you offer these thoughts, notice how your heart feels. Does it grow lighter? Does it feel more expansive? This is the power of compassion. It not only uplifts others, but also nourishes your own spirit. A story of compassion in action. There's a story from the Buddha's time about a disciple who asked, "How can I love someone who has wronged me?" The Buddha responded with a parable. Imagine a man carrying a pot of fire, intending to burn someone's house. Who suffers first? The answer is obvious. The man carrying the fire is the first to feel its heat. Similarly, holding on to anger or resentment only harms yourself. By practicing compassion, even toward those who have hurt us, we free ourselves from the burden of negativity. Practical applications of compassion. Here's how you can extend compassion in your daily life. Start small. Begin with people you care about. Think of a friend who's struggling and silently send them kind thoughts. Neutral people. Expand your focus to those you see often but may not know personally, a co-worker, a neighbor, or even the barista at your favorite coffee shop. Wish them well silently as you interact with them. Difficult relationships. Gradually, extend compassion to those you find challenging. Imagine them not as adversaries, but as people who, like you, seek happiness and wish to avoid suffering. Acts of kindness. Turn your thoughts into actions. Help someone without expecting anything in return. A simple smile, a kind word, or an offer of help can make a profound difference. Breaking barriers. Extending compassion often challenges our biases and prejudices. It's easy to show kindness to those we love, but what about strangers or those we dislike? This is where the practice deepens. By training ourselves to see the humanity in everyone, we dissolve barriers and create a more harmonious world. The ripple effect of compassion. Compassion is contagious. When you radiate kindness, it inspires others to do the same. A small act of compassion, a comforting word, a helping hand, can set off a chain reaction, touching lives far beyond what you can see. Reflecting on interconnectedness. Buddhist teachings emphasize that all beings are interconnected, like waves in the same ocean. By extending compassion to others, you're not just helping them, you're contributing to the well-being of the entire web of existence. Each thought, each action of kindness adds to the collective energy of love in the world. With this awareness, let's move beyond our immediate circles and expand our compassion even further, embracing the global and universal community. Part 3. Expanding compassion to the world and beyond. As we move deeper into the practice of compassion, we begin to realize that our love and kindness are not limited by proximity or familiarity. In Buddhism, compassion is boundless. It extends to all beings, everywhere, across time and space. This is the practice of universal compassion, an embodiment of the truth that we are all deeply interconnected. The boundless expansion of compassion. Close your eyes again and imagine the light of compassion radiating outward from your heart. Picture it filling the room where you are seated, then expanding to your entire neighborhood, your town, and your country. Visualize this warm energy touching every being along the way. people,
extends to all beings,
animals,
everywhere,
plants,
across
and even
time
the
and
unseen
space.
elements
This
of
is
life.
the practice of universal
Now let this
compassion,
compassion
an
extend
embodiment
beyond
of the truth
borders.
that we are all
Imagine
deeply
it crossing
interconnected.
oceans,
The
mountains,
boundless
and forests,
expansion of compassion.
embracing all beings across the
Close your
world.
eyes again
See
and
it bringing
imagine the
peace
light
to
of
places of
compassion
conflict,
radiating outward
comfort
from
to
your
those
heart.
in suffering,
Picture
and
it
joy
filling
to
the
those
room
in
where you are
despair.
seated,
Repeat
then
these
expands into
affirmations
your
silently
entire
in your
neighborhood,
heart.
your town,
May
and
all
your
beings
country.
in this world be
Visualize this
free
warm
from physical
energy touching
suffering.
every being along the way.
May they be
People,
free from mental suffering.
animals, plants,
May they
and
be
even
healthy
the
and live
unseen elements
happily.
of life.
A universal
Now let
vision.
this compassion extend
This
beyond
practice
borders.
teaches us to see
Imagine it
beyond
crossing
individual
oceans,
identities,
mountains,
beyond
and
race,
forests,
nationality,
embracing all
or
beings
belief
across the world.
systems.
See it
Imagine a
bringing
world
peace to
where
places of
everyone
conflict,
practiced this kind of
comfort to
compassion
those in
daily.
suffering,
Conflicts
and joy
would
to those in
diminish,
despair.
understanding
Repeat
would
these
flourish,
affirmations
and humanity
silently in
would
your
take a
heart.
step closer to true
May all
harmony.
beings in this world
A story
be free
of
from
universal
physical
compassion.
suffering. May they
During
be
the
free
Buddha's
from mental
lifetime,
suffering.
a great famine struck
May
the
they be
region.
healthy and
People
live
were
happily.
desperate, hoarding resources and
universal
neglecting
vision.
those in need.
This
The Buddha,
practice teaches
however,
us to see
taught
beyond
his
individual
disciples to share
identities,
what little they
beyond
had,
race,
reminding them that kindness,
nationality,
even
or
in
belief
times of
systems.
scarcity,
Imagine a
creates
world where
abundance.
everyone
Following
practiced
his
this kind of
example, the
compassion
community
daily.
began sharing
Conflicts would
food,
diminish,
and miraculously,
understanding would
everyone
flourish,
had enough
and
to
humanity
survive.
would take a
This
step
is the
closer
power
to
of
true
universal
harmony.
compassion.
A
It
story
transforms
of
not just
universal
hearts,
compassion.
but entire
During the Buddha's
communities.
lifetime, a great
Practical
famine
ways
struck
to
the region.
expand compassion
People were
globally.
desperate, hoarding resources
Global
and
awareness.
neglecting those in
Educate
need.
yourself
The
about
Buddha,
challenges
however,
faced by
taught
others
his
around the world.
disciples to share what
From
little they
poverty
had,
to
reminding
environmental
them that
issues,
kindness,
awareness
even in
is the
times of
first step to
scarcity,
compassionate
creates
action.
abundance. Following
Support
his
charitable
example,
efforts.
the community began
Donate to
sharing
organizations
food,
that
and
work to
miraculously,
alleviate suffering
everyone had
globally.
enough to survive.
Even small
This is the power
contributions
of
can make a
universal
big difference.
compassion. It transforms
Advocate
not
for
just hearts,
change. Use your
but
voice to
entire
support
communities.
justice, equality,
Practical
and
ways to
sustainability,
expand compassion
contributing to the
globally.
well-being of the planet and
Global
its
awareness.
inhabitants.
Educate yourself
Meditate
about
on the
challenges
world.
faced by
Spend a
others
few
around the world.
moments daily
From
visualizing the
poverty
earth
to
bathed in
environmental
light,
issues,
filled with
awareness
love
is the
and
first
harmony.
step to
This simple
compassionate
practice
action.
strengthens your connection to the
Support
global
charitable
community.
efforts. Donate to
Compassion
organizations
beyond
that
the
work
earth.
to alleviate suffering
Buddhism
globally.
teaches that
Even
compassion
small
is not confined to our
contributions can make a big
planet.
difference.
It encompasses the entire
Advocate for
universe.
change.
Imagine
Use
your
voice
love
to support
traveling to the
justice,
stars,
equality,
touching
and
planets,
sustainability,
and embracing every
contributing
being
to
in
the well-being of
existence.
the planet
While
and
this
its
may seem
inhabitants.
abstract, it represents
Meditate
an
on the
important
world.
truth.
Spend a
Our
few
capacity
moments
for
daily
love is
visualizing
infinite.
the earth bathed
By
in light.
opening ourselves to this
Filled with
boundless
love and
compassion,
harmony.
we
This
align
simple
with the
practice
vastness of
strengthens your
existence
connection to
itself.
the global community.
The transformative power
Compassion
of
beyond the
universal
earth.
compassion.
Buddhism
When we
teaches
expand
that
our
compassion
compassion
is
to
not
the entire
confined to our
world and
planet.
beyond,
It
we
encompasses
cultivate
the
a sense of
entire universe.
humility and
Imagine
interconnectedness.
your love
We begin
traveling
to
to
see
the
ourselves
stars,
as part of a
touching
greater whole,
planets, and
realizing
embracing
that our
every being in
actions,
existence.
thoughts,
While
and
this may seem
intentions have
abstract,
far-reaching
it represents
effects.
an
This
important
practice
truth.
not only
Our
heals the
capacity
world
for
but
love
also
is infinite.
transforms our own
By
hearts,
opening ourselves
filling
to
us
this
with
boundless
peace,
compassion,
joy,
we
and a
align
deep
with the
sense of
vastness of
purpose.
existence itself.
Now that you've connected with
The
this universal
transformative power of
compassion,
universal
let's reflect
compassion.
on how to integrate it
When
into
we
our daily
expand our
lives,
compassion to the
ensuring
entire
that this
world and
practice
beyond,
becomes a
we
living,
cultivate a
breathing
sense
part of who we
humility
are.
and interconnectedness.
Part
We
4.
begin to see
Integrating
ourselves as part of a
compassion
greater
into
whole,
daily life.
realizing that our actions,
With your heart filled with
thoughts,
compassion
and
for
intentions
yourself,
have
others,
far-reaching
and
effects.
the
This
universe.
practice
The next
not only
step is
heals
to
the
weave this
world, but
practice
also
into the
transforms
fabric of
our
your
own
daily
hearts,
life.
filling us
Meditation
with
is
peace,
not just a
joy,
moment of
and
peace
a
on the
deep
cushion.
sense of purpose.
It is a way of being,
Now that
a
you've
guide for
connected
how
with
we
this
live,
universal
think,
compassion,
and
let's
act.
reflect
In
on how
Buddhism,
to integrate
this is
it
the
into our
essence of
daily
mindful
lives,
living,
ensuring
turning
that this
compassion
practice
into
becomes a
action.
living, breathing part of
Compassion
who
in
we
your
are.
daily interactions.
Part 4.
Start with
Integrating
small,
compassion into
intentional
daily life.
actions. When you greet
With your
someone,
heart filled
offer
with
them a
compassion
genuine
for
smile.
yourself,
When you
others,
encounter
and
someone
the
in need,
universe.
offer
The
your
next
help
step
without
is to weave
expecting
this
anything in
practice into the
return.
fabric of
Let your
daily
words
life.
be gentle, your
Meditation
tone
is not
kind,
just a moment
and your
of peace on the
intentions
cushion.
pure.
It
These
is a way
simple
of being,
acts of compassion,
a guide
though
for how we
seemingly
live,
small, have a profound ripple effect, touching lives in ways you may never fully see. Carrying compassion through challenges. Life is not always smooth, and there will be moments when practicing compassion feels difficult. Perhaps someone frustrates you, or life feels overwhelming. In these moments, remember the teachings of loving kindness. Take a deep breath and reconnect with your inner light. Ask yourself, what is this person or situation teaching me? How can I respond with kindness rather than judgment? Compassion doesn't mean tolerating harm, but it does mean responding with understanding and wisdom. A story of everyday compassion. There's a story of a Buddhist monk traveling in a city filled with chaos and anger. One day, a man shouted insults at him. The monk calmly replied, "Thank you for your gift, but I cannot accept it." Confused, the man asked what he meant. The monk explained, "When someone offers you something harmful, you have the choice not to take it into your heart." This story reminds us that compassion protects us from negativity and keeps our hearts open. Even in adversity. Practical ways to live compassionately. Mindful moments. Begin each morning by setting an intention to be compassionate. Take a moment to reflect on how you can embody kindness in your actions and interactions. Pause and respond. Before reacting to challenges or conflicts, take a deep breath. Choose a response that aligns with your compassionate nature, rather than reacting impulsively. Gratitude practice. Gratitude strengthens compassion. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. Gratitude connects us to the goodness in ourselves and others. Sustainable living. Extend your compassion to the planet by making conscious choices, reduce waste. Care for the environment, and be mindful of your consumption. These actions reflect compassion for future generations. Compassion in the face of division. The world we live in can feel divided by politics, beliefs, or cultures, yet compassion teaches us to look beyond these differences. Remember, at the core, we all share the same desires, to be happy and free from suffering. When we approach others with this understanding, we build bridges rather than walls, bringing the practice full circle. As your day comes to a close, take a moment to reflect. Did you act with compassion? Were there moments where you could have been more kind or understanding? This reflection is not about judgment but growth. Each day is an opportunity to deepen your practice, to embody the teachings of compassion more fully. The connection to meditation. Everything we do in daily life flows from the seeds planted during meditation. The affirmations you repeated, the visualizations of love spreading outward, and the light of your heart, all these are tools to guide your actions. When life feels heavy or challenging, return to your breath and the phrases of loving kindness. Let them remind you of your boundless capacity to love. A world transformed by compassion. Imagine a world where each person integrates compassion into their daily lives. Conflicts would lessen, understanding would grow, and humanity would move closer to harmony. By living compassionately, you contribute to this vision, one small act at a time. As we near the end of this journey, let us reflect on the deeper lessons and prepare to close with gratitude and wisdom. Together, we've explored the transformative power of compassion. Now, it's time to take these lessons into the world and live them fully. Part 5. Reflection and Lessons from Compassion. As we conclude this journey of guided meditation and exploration, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound lessons we've uncovered. Compassion, at its core, is not just an emotion or a fleeting feeling, it's a way of being, a transformative energy that connects us to ourselves, others, and the universe. The key lessons of compassion. It begins within. We started with self-compassion, recognizing that to love others, we must first love ourselves. This practice is not selfish, it is the foundation for all meaningful connection. Like tending to the roots of a tree, nurturing ourselves allows the branches of our love to extend outward. It expands to others. Compassion for others bridges divides and builds relationships. Through small acts of kindness, thoughtful words, and open hearts, we create a ripple effect that spreads peace to everyone we encounter. It embraces all beings. Universal compassion reminds us of the interconnectedness of life. Whether it's a stranger, an animal, or the earth itself, every being deserves kindness. By radiating compassion outward, we touch lives in ways we may never see. It becomes a way of life. Compassion isn't confined to meditation, it's meant to be lived. In every moment, we have the opportunity to respond with love, patience, and understanding. This is the true essence of mindfulness, bringing the teachings of compassion into action. The transformative power of compassion. As you continue on this path, notice how compassion changes not just how you see the world but how you experience it. Challenges become opportunities for growth. Differences become chances for understanding. Every moment becomes an invitation to spread kindness. A story of transformation. There's a story in Buddhist tradition about a village torn by conflict. A monk arrived and simply sat in the center of the village, radiating compassion through his meditation. Slowly, the villagers began to feel his calm energy. They started listening to one another, setting aside their differences. This story reminds us that the energy of compassion can bring healing where words or actions fall short, bringing the journey full circle. As we end this meditation, place your hands gently over your heart. Take a deep breath and feel the warmth and light within you. This light is your compassion. It's always there, ready to guide you. Whisper silently. May I continue to grow in love and kindness. May my compassion touch the world. May all beings be free from suffering and live happily. Call to action. Join our community of compassion. If this meditation resonated with you, we invite you to take the next step on this journey. At the path to Buddhist wisdom, we explore the teachings of mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom to inspire and uplift your life. Subscribe to our channel and become part of a community dedicated to bringing light to the world. By subscribing, you'll gain access to more guided meditations, inspiring stories, and teachings that will help you live with greater peace and purpose. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment sharing your experience, and share it with someone who could use a little more compassion in their life. Final words. As you go back into your day, carry the light of compassion with you, whether through a smile, a kind word, or a moment of patience. Remember that you have the power to make a difference. Together, let's create a world filled with love, understanding, and harmony. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you live with peace. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.